Evening, folks. Welcome to another episode of Doing It 365 Pod with your host, Surf Reginald of Flags 365. Today's guest is a dancehall connoisseur, I would like to say. He's definitely been someone that's been showing love and passion for the scene, for the culture for quite some time now. And I'm very, very fortunate to have a moment of his time because he's a very busy man, whether it's performing regionally, performing internationally, or creating playlists that you also love and admire. My guest today is Mr. Bashment Party himself, DJ Nate. DJ Nate, greetings, brother. Welcome. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, big
How
up,
you doing?
man. Thanks for having me. I'm good. You?
I'm good. I'm here one day at a time, just waiting, patiently waiting, and
I know the
I
wait
feel
is
like
long.
the wait is long. It's been long, and I feel like so many people are relating and feeling the same way. But I would love to know from a DJ side as well as an events curator, organizer side. Let me know what that wait feels like. Talk from a DJ side first, though, because everyone knows you as DJ Nate UK. How has it been for you these last 18 months?
As a DJ, it's been difficult because it's been 1 minute we was at 100, the next minute we was at 0. There was no warning, there was no preparation, nothing. Everything's gone. And me personally, as a DJ, I feed off crowds. So when we went into this phase where we're all at home on Instagram Live, on the live streams, that's very hard for me because as much as I'm a reserved person, I feed off the crowd to perform. So doing something in my house to the four walls, trying to act like people are there, I think that was the hardest part.
Do you know what? Yeah, it's so mad because I'm feeling that now.
Yeah.
I'm only now feeling that, and I'm like, yo, I'm losing the passion for this thing. I don't want to go on no one's live. Don't call my phone. Don't message me. Don't even send me your live. I don't even want to watch it. I don't care if me and your friends from primary school. I don't want to see your live. And I just feel like I thought it was just a thing of nah, man. Everyone's adapting. The DJs are going to adapt because they're going to see the benefit of it. You know, you got to keep the crowd engaged. You got to keep the people hopeful. But who keeps the hopeful person hopeful? Who encourages the encourager? Like who entertains the DJ and keep her or him afloat and their mind at ease to what's the madness, I could say, that's going on right now. So definitely, so
that's it.
Talk a bit more about that. How easy was that transition for you? Because there's so many DJs that are like you. They are reserved. And it's something that I want to touch on because a lot of people feel like DJs are these outspoken bravado, full of vibes. And I think they get that because of what they see in the events and the people like King Tubbies and Tony Mataran and such a people. You think, oh yeah, every DJ is like this because if you heard them, and these guys, a lot of DJs they're just like you. They just want to cut and go through. So talk to us about that in more detail.
Yeah, it's for me, it's weird because it's like if I had to present something, let's say university, I had to do a presentation in front of people, I'd be thinking, oh my God, I don't want to do this. If you tell me I have to DJ in front of 5,000 people, I have to introduce something, there's no nerves. It's just my job. I love doing it. So it's funny. It's just the persona switches. You just click at this performance mode. So that is, I feel like a lot of DJs are like that, especially like once they perform, they're on. Once they're off, different person.
Yes, that's very true. And did you find that easy to learn that switch? Because for someone that's been DJing for as long as you are, by the way, how long have you been DJing? At what point in your career did you find that switch that you could just go, you know what, I'm DJing at UK right now, and then boom, I turn around, I get a phone call, I'm just Nate again now. My mom's called me or my nan's called me or work's called me, I'm just Nate again now. How easy is that? Because sometimes you be at events and real life is knocking on your phone saying, yo, you got real life to deal with here. What's going on?
Yeah. I've been DJing for about 11 years. I would say about 3 years into it, that's when I realized the switch can flip. At first, I wasn't really taking it serious. It was just a pastime. Then popularity started to grow. The event started to grow. Then I realized, okay, performance time. Like people are paying to, in essence, watch you perform. If they don't get that, you're not doing your job. So you have to please the people, stay to your high standards as well.
I love that. I love that you mentioned that, because I feel like a lot of DJs sometimes they forget that they're so far into the music and their own vibe, or they're so far just trying to get the job done and get back to their issues at home or at work or whatever, that they don't know how to be in their character. The certain influential, or the DJ Nate, or let's big up some of the DJ comrades, the Super Nitros, the English Fires, the DJ Ds, the Magicals, the Juvies, the Vibes, the Calais, the Fats, the C60s, the Shays, the Lenays, the Chunks, the Cleopatras, whoever you want to name and call. Like, I feel like sometimes we struggle to get that balance of, knowing when to be in character and when to almost, you kind of have to consistently be in character for sometimes, because you never know who your next client or supporter / fan is going to come around and beat.
And that's a good point, because I've had some supporters come from, like, we do big events, but lots of the time the supporters come from the small events that are half empty, that you might think are not good, so you might perform a bit less than normal, but people are listening no matter what. When you're performing, people are always listening.
That's true. That is definitely true. Talk a bit more about that now. What's the importance of that? The smaller venues, the smaller events, that when you're just growing your event for the first time. Say now as we're coming out of the lockdown, you wanted to introduce a new brand, and it's only going to have like 100 to 200 people in there, if that. How do you, keep yourself in line to still deliver the A-star quality that people so know and love DJ Nate UK for?
I personally, people won't know this, but I personally believe the smaller events are more important than the bigger events. And the reason being, the smaller events, you have more scope to do you. So there'll be less people in there, the vibe's more intimate, you can feel the vibe a bit more. In the bigger events and the big stage venues, it's very hard to do that, because you have to please the majority of the people. And the majority of the people, for them to all know something, it has to be more on a commercial level to please them all. But in the smaller events, you get to go a bit deeper and do your thing a bit more.
I respect that. So, and I'm sure any of the other DJs watching it now, or even event goers, partiers, patrons will agree as well, and say that they do prefer when it's a smaller kind of smaller vibe, for sure. Let's look at now how you've grown. Like, who were the DJs that were inspiring you to get into the scene and then to transition from being a DJ to an event curator? How did you do that?
So, DJ wise, I never had any sort of idea I'd be a DJ. I just used to be someone that collected music. So I'd listen to sound tapes. My mum's always listening to dancehall, reggae. My dad was in the UK. He would listen to UK garage, jungle, and all that type of music. So when I'm around him, I'd hear the UK music. When I'm at home with my mum, I'd hear the reggae, the dancehall. Then I'd listen to the radio. People like Tim Westwood, who were on the radio. That's how I got into listening to hip hop and R&B and rap. I'd listen to his show. Chris Goldfinger will be on after him playing dancehall. I'd listen to Chris Goldfinger. Then another day I might listen to Stone Love. Then the next day I might listen to a Heartless Crew. So I was always just listening to different music. Then transitioning into a DJ was actually an accident. I was chilling with my friends, a few people. I think it was a drink up. A laptop was there that had virtual DJ on it. That software had music on it. I was just messing about on virtual DJ. Everyone started nodding their head and they were like, wow, what's this? You could actually play. And one of my friends was a promoter at the time. He heard it. He had an event on, I think 2 to 3 weeks after that. He was like, no, you're good. You're going to DJ at the event. I was like, nah, that's not me. I don't want to do it. That's not me. He was like, no, you're going to DJ at the event and I'm going to put you on the flyer. So you have 24 hours to think of a DJ name. And that's why my name's so simple, DJ Nate. I was like, I can't think of anything. Just put DJ Nate on there, it's whatever. Then the event happens and it went decent. I realized I liked it. Then just carried on from there.
Just like that, organic, authentic, just the love. So, what are your favorite genres of music? Because it's easy to assume, because you do the dancehall and the soca and the Caribbean event, so to speak, that yeah, you must love that. But surprisingly, sometimes that's not some of the DJ's favorites events. I mean, genres of music. So, what's your favorite genre of music?
See, I'm versatile. One day I can wake up and listen to R&B and hip hop, and that'd be my favorite. Next day, like I said, house, UK garage. The next day, I'm in my dancehall element. The next day, soca for the next few days. So pretty much all of the genres. I can't pick a favorite. I just listen to good music. Anything that's good resonates, really.
Resonate, and that's brilliant. It therefore comes through in your mixes and in how you establish and create your brands and your events, for sure. That's a true text. You're from the Caribbean? Are your parents both Jamaican or Jamaican and somewhere else?
No, my mom's Dominican heritage. My dad's Jamaican heritage.
All right, cool. Have you been to Dominica before?
No, I actually haven't been, but I grew up with my mum's sides and my grandmother, and I can speak Creole, Dominican Creole as well, because I grew up with them more.
Right,
I lived in that house, and then I was with my dad's pretty much half of the week as well, so I've got both sides, best of both.
Best of both. Wicked. So we're gonna talk about some sauce and all these things later on. So on your right. So let's come into now the last 12 months specifically, like, because I feel like a lot of people are not really attuned to how psychologically damaging the last 12 months have been. Not just, it's easy to know about the finances. We know that already. That's clear as day. We don't know really and truly. We haven't really heard from DJs to say, you know what? I'm at my lowest right now. I literally don't have my normal lifeline, my normal passion, my normal drive, my normal, what I would normally discipline myself to do, I can't even do, because there's certain stages that I need to do in order to feel like, yes, today was a good day. Today's been a good month. How did you cope in 2020?
I would say at first it was fine. It was a bit fine. I had a few cancelled events which annoyed me, but we got past that. Then as it kept going on, it was like, as you said, people have financial worries. You've got to think of paying the bills, but then you also got to think of natural enjoyment. Me personally, I get inspired by going on holiday and seeing different things. Like I'll go to another country, take in that culture. Like I'll go to St. Lucia, take in that culture. I'll go to Jamaica, take in parts of that culture. I'll go to America, take in parts of that culture. All of that's gone. Then on the weekends, I'll socialize with people to kind of just get away from normal life. All of that's gone. So it was very hard, pretty much taking everything away from normal. Something else I'd do, I'd probably go to the gym and train as well. That was gone. So everything was just gone. And we just had to try and stay in touch with people over the internet. Some people can do that, but others, it's very hard to do.
And would you say you're an introvert by nature as well? Or you're more an extrovert person? Or a bit of both?
I'm a bit of both. Like I enjoy my own space, but like I said, on the weekends, getting out, seeing people, socializing, going to the gym, going on holiday with friends and stuff, those things are what I enjoy doing. I might have to have downtime 1 or 2 days where I'm by myself or just chilling, but overall, socializing is up there at the top.
It's up there at the top, because I feel like for a lot of the DJs and entertainers, we've been like, we even ourselves have been over bombarded by the IG lives, the Facebook lives, and now recently, in the last, say, 5 to 6 months, the Twitch. It's like, yo, there's just a lot of noise. There's a lot of internet noise, and it's like, is everybody really enjoying this? Is everybody really managing this well? Like, do you feel like you've managed and enjoyed this shift from live events to internet-based events?
I've been fine. But the reason why being, whether it be DJing, my events, my main motivation is seeing other people enjoy themselves. So on the lives, maybe one day I might not enjoy it as much, but I'll get messages from other people saying, oh, that live was the highlight of my week and you helped me forget about something serious. And because of that, that made me keep going on. But like you said, we have to big up the DJs because you don't know what's going on in their lives. They could have financial troubles, family that's sick, but they'll still find the time to go online and entertain people. And you'll never know what's going on in their personal life.
You never know. And they're going for hours sometimes, because I've seen several DJs do hour live every day for like 3 days straight. And then some DJs even took it upon themselves to do 12-hour marathons. So I'm just like, yo, how are you finding the discipline, the interest, the passion to say, you know what, I'm gonna go like it's a normal day's work and just give you like music after music after music, tune after tune. And some of these DJs are micing for themselves as well, which is another element that a lot of DJs are having to now dig deep and get creative with, because it's one thing to just be on the side and play and you're just in your vibe, but now you have to draw for another attribute, another trait to help, you know, give your audience a bit more of you. How was that for you? Did you pick up any new skills in this time?
Yeah, I would say I've improved that part, because in clubs, I never really used to do it unless it was a force. So being at home, I'd have to mic for myself. I used to do it at festivals because I tour DJ for Steph London. So I'd have to hype up that, introduce that, be on the mic for that. That was literally my only time where I'd always do it. But now I'm doing it for my own club sets more. And I've took it upon myself because from that, I've got other opportunities. I managed to get like radio. I got a slot on One Extra over Christmas and did that via the Instagram lives, the confidence that was built up from that.
It's easier to manage and navigate that, definitely.
Yeah.
So now, talk to us about, you just mentioned the Steph London and the touring. What's it like being a touring DJ for a very well-established artist now? How was that, and how did you even cultivate that relationship?
Well, I've always been, personally, because I've always said I'd never be an artist DJ if I wasn't a fan of the artist. So I've always been a fan of hers, listening to her stuff. I think one day I just was online and I saw she was listening to my mixes. Like I heard the jingle in the background. So I was like, okay. Then it happened again. It happened like a few times, about 4 or 5 times I saw her listening to my mixes. Then I got a message or a call from a friend of hers one time. She was having a birthday party. She got in touch with me to DJ there. I did that. Then over summer of 2019, she said she needed a new DJ and got in contact. So then Carnival weekend that year, 2019, had my first show with her. I missed Carnival because the show fell on that day. And we had 2 events on the day. I remember the first one was Reading and Leeds Festival. 5,000 people that I'm not used to, like different colors, everything that I'm not used to. I had to intro her and it was a different experience, but the festival crowds are lit. They enjoy music and they're ready to do anything. So then we went from there, same day. Then we went to Wembley Arena, which was a contrast because it was One Africa Music Fest, which was then our typical crowd, urban, 5,000 of them. No, that was more than 5,000. I think it was 8,000 to 9,000 of them, solely Afro beats. So 2 in one day. So I had to adjust quickly.
That's definitely. And do you feel like that's an easy adjustment to make? Like, how do you prepare for that? Because sometimes a lot of people don't see the behind the scenes work that DJs have to do to prepare for set. They just see you come on, you got your DJ UK t-shirt on, you got your fresh fade and haircut ready up, you're ready, headphones on, and you're performing. But people don't know about the behind the scenes work, the graph, the little fine details that you do to ensure that set, whether it's half an hour or an hour or 2 hours, is on point. How do you prepare for a set like that?
So for an artist set, it's a bit different, like DJing for an artist. So you have to get to know the artist personally. So you'll get their set list, you'll go through it, but then during the performance, you have to know when the artist is speaking, when you need to speak, when you need to hype up the crowd. And that obviously takes time. Over performances, you'll get used to it. I believe I got used to it to a stage, and then our performances stopped. So I think the last thing we did was Wireless Festival virtually. That was in July 2020. So there's really been no shows physically for a long time. But then as a DJ now, club DJ, I would say it's hard to prepare for a set. You never know who's in front of you. So
you never know what what the other DJ is going to do as well.
That's another one. You'll practice. So the only way you can be prepared is by practicing. One day, like, you can't go in there thinking you're going to play the new music. Like you said, the DJ before you might have played on the new music. You might need to play old music. Might be vice versa. Might be that everything's played. You might need to go draw for some old school R&B, some reggae. You might even need to draw for things like TV show intros to capture crowds. So you'll never know. The easiest way is just to always practice.
And how often do you practice? Because I feel like people think DJs don't really practice. They just do it here and there. And really and truly, you're like musicians. And musicians practice sometimes 8 hours a day on the same instrument, whether it's the clarinet, the saxophone, the piano. So how often, or on average, how much hours a week do you spend practicing?
I would say before, I used to spend way more time practicing. Now, as you get the DJ air, without even mixing two songs, you'll know how they'll sound. So as you get more advanced, but on average a week, I would say mainly about 2 hours a day. It's practice time. Sometimes you'll switch on the decks and just be messing about. Hours will go past. But then, as you mentioned, the live streaming time counts as practice. So during the lockdown, there's a lot more.
That's true. That's a whole heap of time to really hone in on skills and try new elements and probably, explore new genres they haven't explored before. That's definitely a benefit to the live streaming. Do you think, speaking of the live streaming as well, do you think if DJs were able to charge for live streaming from the jump, say as soon as lockdown was announced, DJs were ready and prepared, and could say, you know what, people, I'm going to charge you like a £5 to £10, depending on what tier you want, and I could say, okay, you're going to get a better experience if you spend £10 here, and you can do this and this with £5 here. Do you think that would have made the DJs a bit better and enjoy the live streaming more, and even overall be mentally better and manage better?
Yeah, 100%, because with money means you can build on the experience. As you said, we get paid money from tickets. If we get paid money from tickets, you can draw for bigger acts, bigger DJs, you can bring guests, you can put up LED screens, you can do a lot if you have money. If you're live streaming at no cost, then you're going to use the most basic setup. You're going to have your phone set up, plugged in, that's it. But if you're charging for tickets, you can actually change that experience and make it way more interactive. We could have got some of your favorite artists that you haven't seen touring, have them on the lives, but without money, there's not much you can do.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. And even as well, like you mentioned, that you could even, like you said, improve the experience. And you could have probably, rather than doing it in your bedroom, you could have found an artist suite or a studio space and then created a proper experience. So like what we're seeing now, I think after a year now, everyone's kind of said, all right, we found our feet. Some of us have gotten back into work. We've gotten certain things. We've gotten certain grants and schemes and funds. Let's try now, pool our resources together and give the people something to watch. And then things like Twitch are picking up now. YouTube lives are picking up now. We're seeing, like you said, the wireless live that's happened on YouTube and Twitch, and people are paying for that to some degree to watch that. Oh, they go on the Zooms and you can enjoy, and you can have the Zoom there while you're cooking your dinner or having family time. So that's really dope. Do you think now, going forward, so 2021 and beyond, we're still going to be, as DJs and entertainers and hosts, so heavily involved with the lives, or are we going to, slowly siphon them off and it's going to plateau because places are going to open up again, or the people are going to get fed up of it?
I feel like live streaming will be here to stay, because, for instance, now we do events. If you do a good enough event and you put the live stream on, it allows people who can't make that event to connect with it. It allows people from overseas as well to connect with the talent. So like, we might want to see a DJ from the Caribbean. If they're live streaming their event, we're going to tune in. Fans from all over the world are going to tune in, and vice versa. In the UK, lots of people want to see what's going on and they can't physically be there. If you set up a live stream from your event, it will work. I feel like that integration with live and physical will be something that will happen.
And do you think that integration is going to come at a reasonable cost? So should the people that are watching the live stream pay a substantially smaller amount, but it's still a payment to watch it on the live stream? And then would you would you be working to bring them in? Because you know certain venues have like big TV screens or projector screens. You can, so the people in the venue can see those that are watching. Be like, oh yeah, you like this tune as well. Yeah, like if it's like a call me yeah, and you see all the ladies dancing, you could see somebody on the projector dancing as well as the person in the crowd dancing as well.
Yeah, I feel like that is a good element. I feel like that is something we'll see. It will take one of the big festivals to do that first. Then everybody will realize, hang on, that's a good idea. Or maybe someone that's watching this will take that idea and put it together.
Take it and see, because if everyone's doing it, then it just makes it easier for everyone. I feel like now is the time where everyone needs to just try something, because we're all in this, we're all in the unknown right now. So if you try something and it works, then it means your fellow DJ brethren can try and work and he can eat a food. And because remember, if your DJ brethren is eating a food and he's showing you a way to eat a food and you both eat a food and then everyone's eating the food, because I'm of the impression that if all the popular DJs, the people's favorites, the people's champions are doing something, then the masses will follow, and it makes it easier for everybody to enjoy and benefit, both psychologically, financially, and just morally, like just spirit, like energy-wise, you feel good. So that's why I'm encouraging DJs. If you're not on Twitch yet or YouTube Live yet, get on there, practice your thing, and if you're at a stage where you can monetize your IG live, monetize it, because at the end of the day, you need to have all these things in place to keep yourself afloat. And don't worry about what the next person is not doing or is not doing enough of. Find an avenue, make it make sense, and share it with the rest of the team, because we're all in the same boat. If one DJ can eat, the rest of us can eat. And if one DJ starves, then we're likely to all starve, because, hey, we're all trying to fish in the same pond right now. It's a very small pond, so make it all fish and fish effectively. So I love 100%. That idea. What makes a good festival for DJ Nate?
People, ladies in the festival, for good food, good drinks. So like one inspiration, like I said, for me is festivals over in the Caribbean are always at the top, because 9 times out of 10, food and drinks are inclusive. So that experience in itself, you don't have to worry about buying your drink, buying this. You get in there, food and drinks are exclusive. It's good food and it's good drinks. On top of that, the entertainment is going to be top tier. You're going to hear some of the best DJs in the world. You're going to see some of the best artists in the world. So that is like a good thing with festivals. I've been to a few over here. I'd say Wireless is very good as well, because the way they integrate everybody's favorite artists is good. Like you'll go to one stage, you'll see the top international acts. You go to another stage, you'll probably see the UK acts that live down the road, but the way it's set up, it might be their first big performance, but you'll be able to catch that. And that's what I love about festivals.
That's dope. And speaking on festivals, let's talk about the Caribbean Rocks Festival, which you are the founder of. Let's talk about that. That's happening July the 24th, 2021, Manchester Complex. How excited are you about it? Because that should have happened last year in the summer. You got a little touch of it at the start of the year. You had a little nice little run, but we didn't get the proper full experience. So what can people expect from Caribbean Rocks Festival 2021, July the 24th?
Caribbean Rocks, it's on the name. You'll experience something as if you're in the Caribbean. You're going to walk in there and you're going to feel like you're in the Caribbean. That is the essence of what we're doing. And one thing I'm always big on is the Caribbean music is not only dancehall, it's also not only soca. You're going to hear as much of everything as we can cram in without confusing people. And then as we move up and upscale it, we'll introduce different parts all the time. So I feel like, you're going to feel like you're in the Caribbean.
Definitely. And I appreciate that, because the Caribbean is so diverse, it's so broad, and it's important that we have platforms like this that really showcase the variety that we have to offer as a genre and as a music. And I feel like I can't wait to see how that all unfolds, because you don't just have you don't have the dancehall, you have the UK dancehall, you have the UK soca scene, you have the compound, the bouillon, you have the UK hip hop, UK R&B. There's so much that you can do, and you can even put in the UK Afrobeat scene as well. Speaking of scenes and the different genres and the subgenres, what's your views now on the UK dancehall scene? Because I know you're one of the names that a lot of the UK artists mention as somebody as a point of connection when they want to reach and expand their audience. They say, "Yo, I have to connect with DJ Nate." What's your views on the UK dancehall scene at this moment?
I'm actually very happy with how it's going now. I had this conversation with someone, I think maybe a day or two ago. At this moment in time, there's the most UK dancehall, UK soca artists I could ever connect with, and that's good. I don't need to use WhatsApp call or get a calling card to make a connection with an artist to do good music. I can speak to someone that's on my doorstep, tell them, yeah, we link up tomorrow, make music, and the music is leveling up with overseas. It's not that there's a drop off, the music is leveling up. So I'm actually happy with how it's going. It's taken a while, but now I feel like it's going to improve because we're doing this while we're inside. Once everybody's outside and can interact with the fans, it's going to be a big movement.
Big movement. And I'm so glad you said that, because last year, so many more the soca artists were saying, I'm not going to put out nothing, man. There's no carnivals, there's no events. And I'm like, yo, what do you mean you're not putting out music? This is why you need to put out music. Because the people need uplift. You're the upliftment. So you better, but studio time and to get it mixed and mastered. I'm like, listen, you better find a way, hustle the money. If it means you put out one tune every 3 months, then so be it. So be it.
It's better than nothing.
So, but at least you're putting out something, because now you give the song time to breathe and grow and get under people's skin. Because I feel like a lot of these artists, they don't know how to market and push their song properly. They just put out the song and they leave it. It's like, no, you need to remind the people that, hey, this tune here is something that you can play while you're at home. Play when you get ready to go to your friend's house for a little quick cheeky drinks. Play while you're going to the gym. Play on the way home from work. Play on the way to uni. Play on the school run for all I care. Play the tune. And then also now with the dancehall artists, there's been now a digging deep into, all right, let me speak about some other topics now. It's not every day braff and smoke and drink and feel nice and hot sexy girl forget wine and jam and bam bam. And now I talk about something else. And I feel like, as much as it's been a testing time, but it's allowing people to really cultivate their creativity and get into a space where they haven't been able to get into before. So without a doubt, it's been important. And you're right, the artists now are more accessible, and they themselves see that now they're leveling up and now they can deliver because they're getting the support. And I feel like in the artist defense, they weren't getting that support before from the UK, not just the DJs and the promoters, but from even the consumers of the music. The consumers of the music weren't actively seeking out the UK talent, whether it's dancehall or soca. They were always going back home. But now it's like, hey, listen, I'm here and I can do the same songs, I can say the same lyrics. So why do you not appreciate it when I say it? But if X and Y or Mr. this or Mrs. that said it, you would love it. It would resonate with you so much more. So that's really dope and good to see.
But that is one thing I would say with the artists as well. Like, if there's any UK artists watching this, the same way you said that is the same way I'm going to say our artists also need to respect what they have in front of them in the UK. So, like you said, some artists will say they want to make a link with me, or they might want to make a link with, let's say, people on BBC like a Shawnee B. But start where you can start. The street DJs and the DJs that are around you, that are in the clubs, cherish them as much as you'll cherish somebody who you believe has a bigger name, because everybody has listeners. Once you build with who you build around you, everything will grow. Like, I hear about artists because I go out of my way to research, but if you're working with a DJ that has a few fans, I might listen to that DJ's mix and hear you. That might be your avenue to get on the BBC instead of going directly. So to always cherish every single link you have.
We can't done the podcast. We can't done it. Because I swear to you, it's like when you try and tell the artist them this, it almost feels like them say, yeah, man, true. And it's like they're not really understanding the importance of cherishing every link, every fan. And this is how I say to them, do your IG live. Even the artists should be doing their own IG live concerts now and find a little space and do a little show and bring in their one and two favorite DJs that they know and you make it the vibes. Big up again. I have to shout out as well the UK Versus team, No Jing Bang, Star Point. That was a wicked show, wicked setup, and big up the two stages that they've done. So Shanty Force and Spooky, and then with the two ladies. Forgive me that I've forgotten their names now, but that especially with the ladies one, the way how that whole team set up that thing and professional, and the ladies them come across snippets of it, eloquent, energy, vibes, good performance. The UK has talent. So if you don't know about the UK artists, whether it's dancehall or soca, please get to know. And also, I have to let you know right now, the link to DJ Nate's socials will be in the description box below, and also the link to his latest project, Love Dreams Rhythm, is going to be below. Click it, stream it on all your favorite platforms, whether it's Tidal, Napster, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, or it's directly from his website. Make sure to stream it. Let's talk about that new project now, Love Dreams Rhythm. How did you go about creating that?
So doing music, I've done music and helped artists for a while. So during my DJ journey a few years ago, I got approached by someone who took me to do a regular office job, but I was a marketing manager for a company that did brand activations, and they also worked with a label, VP Records, which is the leading reggae dancehall label in the world. So working with them, I was in charge of campaigns for quite a few big artists at the time. Shensia, they had stuff from Spice, they had stuff from reggae artists, they had stuff from Christopher Martin, they had stuff from Bungie Garlin. I was the guy doing the campaigns for all those guys in the UK, doing the radio plug-in, everything. So doing that, I learned quite a lot very fast. I also got in touch with other artists who would contact, they'd see what we were doing, they'd contact to try and get me to do stuff for their artists. And I kind of grew from there. And I also used to work with an artist called K Moore, who's based in the UK. He's been my friend from before I was DJing. He started doing music. I would help him with releases because we'd have conversations for hours on how we could do this, how we could do that. Naturally, it came to me setting up Bashment Party Records, which released some of his tracks. We made some of the campaigns for his tracks, did some of the videos for his tracks, released, learned a bit there. And then I took a break. From that, I just said, I'm going to do my events. I'm not going to do no more music. But I've always on the side just been learning, saying when the time's right, I'm going to release music. And now happened to be the time. So the rhythm came about, got put together. I first got big artists from Jamaica. I've had some, if I say the names now, I'm not really going to say because it's bad, but I would have had some of the biggest names in Jamaica on the rhythm, but they were like, if they jump on the rhythm, no smaller names can be on it. It's just them. So I have to give it to them and leave it that way. I could have done that, but I was like, it's not going to be organic. No one's going to say Nate worked. They're going to say Nate gave it to him. He's the reason why it blew up. But there's artists from the UK who deserve to have that chance and make good music and have it pushed. So I gave it to all the UK artists instead, because that time will always come to go over to Jamaica and work. So
people, not for stop you. If you don't rate DJing it now, something wrong with you. Because a lot of artists I've been hearing, I've seen it from my own 2 ears and eyes, complain them don't get the push, them don't get the platform, them the big DJ, them now give them opportunity, the big producer now give them opportunity, the big this, the big that. Here is your opportunity. So right now, if you're an artist and you wanted to be on a DJ Nate project and you haven't reached out to DJ Nate yet, click the link below. His Instagram will be there. Shoot him a DM or an email and make sure your 62 or your 32 bars are ready and they're proper. Yeah. So when DJ Nate send you the rhythm, the instrumental, you have everything ready. And also, I want to remind the artists them, because I know Nate probably not gonna want to remind them, but me I go remind you now. You see, when you come to a project of such high standard, have certain things in place. So make sure you have a logo ready. Make sure you have your press kit ready. you know, because DJ not gonna have time to sit down and run behind you for that. Get a team together. So have your manager and your media and your PR team together. Cause when you not run down Nate for send the rhythm man, voice and master and mix the rhythm man, push it out and thing. Nate, I go want you do your pushing out as well and make sure you work with him to get rhythm. Because the rhythm is only going to be as big as everybody push it. So make sure you go stream Love Dreams with him right now.
That's true. And that was the actual thing with the rhythm we wanted to do. We wanted to get a mixture of some people knew, some people might not know, but every track has to be quality. And it's an opportunity for the artists at the end of the day. If they push it, I'm going to give it a certain push. I have a certain audience where people are going to hear you. So we're going to do videos. We're going to take it up a notch. It's just come out, so we're just building it now, but we're going to take it up a notch soon.
Yeah, I love that. And like I said, I appreciate the variety because I've been listening to the whole rhythm now. I spent the last 2 days listening to the whole rhythm just to get a feel of it. And because when you release it, you only release the jour. And I was like, it's nice and smooth. And it's a rhythm that fit an artist like the jour. So I'm thinking, hold on, which other UK artists have that? And then I said, Birthday would sound good on this. And then lo and behold, me say Birthday on it. And I said, some ladies would sound good on this, but I couldn't think of which ladies you were gonna use. And when I listen to the whole thing now, watching like I said in the videos, when I listen to the whole thing now, I see I have Trey Blue on there, you have Miss India or Miss Bandy on there.
Yes,
India.
And you have India. Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. So the joint efforts between the artists as well, it all flows so seamlessly nice. Tell us some of the other artists that are on the rhythm, and what are some of your favorite tracks of the rhythm series?
So we've got the ones you mentioned. Shanty Force is on there, C's is on there, K Moore's on there. And the two I mentioned first, Shanty Force and C's, it's not usually the type of stuff they do. It would usually be harder hitting songs if you check their songs, but they've come on here, they're singing, and it sounds bad. So that is what we wanted to do. We wanted to get every artist doing what they can do, showing people that they're versatile and they can make quality music out of the UK, because the music is leveling up. Like I said, I could have went to Jamaica, got some of the top singers on there on the rhythm, but we've shown the UK has top singers here too.
Exactly. And that's so important, because then it shows the rest of the world that, hey, look, we are helping to push the dancehall genre. And I feel like that is what we need, because right now, dancehall needs more than just Jamaican art-based artists doing the music. We need the artists from Trinidad, from Barbados, from Antigua, from America, from the UK, from Europe, coming together and saying, this is dancehall, and we're giving it our all and making it have millions of listeners and viewership now. Because I feel that was one of the issues before, that people say, oh, dancehall only have the 2 million people or so in Jamaica and the 1 million plus in the diaspora. And really and truly, it's more than that. We have easily 10 million if we really put all the places that indulge in the music together properly in a proper way. So I love that. But yeah, continue. So who are some of the other artists that are under the that you really want people to pay attention to?
So the K More and Indie track is one of them. I would say the track by Shanty Force and Miss Bandy, pay attention to that, because Miss Bandy is one of the females that was on the UK Versus, and I didn't know about her. I sent the rhythm to Shanty Force, and then I got the rhythm back, and she was singing on it. I played the rhythm. I was like, no, who is this? I need to research who this is, because I didn't know. And that version I've played over and over. The way they nailed that track, like, that's one of my favorites. Birthday and Cutty, I know of some of my favorite tracks. I knew they would do well on that. C's, like I mentioned, C's has a track out with Big Z. It's called Well Neat. It's different. It's a different style. It's him more DJing on there, no singing. So when I knew a mutual friend of his, they were like, oh, C's wants to jump on. So I wasn't sure what would happen. But then the finished track, I realized, nah, he can sing as well. Like, it was actually a shock to me. So all of them, I can't actually pick a favorite track. When I play the rhythm, I play it in different orders all the time. So
that's good.
And then De Jour, as you said, De Jour, the whole project really kind of started with De Jour hearing a few stuff I had made, and he picked that one. And he was like, no, this one, I'm going to make a song. It took him 2 minutes, and he voice noted the lyrics back because he's over in Jamaica. So we had to go back and forth. In 2 minutes, he voice noted the chorus, and that was it.
Bad. You see, De Jour, I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on De Jour.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on De Jour. And I think because he's doing a similar thing to Dexter Daps with that melodical singing for the girls, them, and just singing it with them and them, he's not getting his full shine as yet. But boy, he's gonna be wicked. And you know who I feel is slowly following in that same footstep and in doing well, and it's from the UK. IQ.
Yeah,
I feel like IQ is definitely right now the UK Dexter Daps for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And the talent is there, and he's made his name without having to say, "Oh, I am QQ's younger brother." No, I am IQ, and I've come from doing the drill stuff to say, you know what, let me come in at the dance and really get into what is my culture, because obviously drill is his culture too, but it's Jamaican culture, and he's added to the scene immensely, and he can actually perform as well, because he was at a performance where that show with Massacre and everybody, I think, last year, and he done very well. So the talent is people. The UK has talent. Don't sleep on nobody. Give 100%. Everybody a try. Give everybody a listening ear, because it's so easy to just stick to what you know. And in these times, you won't have time to sit down and learn some new artists, because you're not going nowhere. So you can sit down and learn some artists. So when we're outside now, you can appreciate that new artist, that new element, that new flavor a bit more. And there are going to be so many festivals, so many events that we're going to be spoiled for choice. Speaking of which, how do you think events are going to be now going forward? As we're approaching that June the 21st date that Boris is saying, we're outside. How do you think we're going to be from June the 21st onward?
Well, I hope we're going to be back to normal, because we haven't stepped in a club in, I think it's over 430 days or something like that I read. That is a long time. So it will be nice to actually do that, be able to socialize with people in that, around loud music. It will be very good. But I do think it will take a while, even if we are just allowed straight to do it, for everybody to settle in, because some people being away from people, getting close to people again, will be away from normal. So they'll have to adjust back to that again. I also think that events going till 5 a.m., I don't know how many people are going to be able to hack 5 a.m. anymore.
That's gone. I don't see it. It's going to be the daytime settings now. You reach 5 p.m., it done by 11, you get your food, you're in bed by 1.
Yep.
Comfy. Snuggle up. But who knows? We'll see. Because it depends. People might say that no, and then August we still have the big bomb in August. We're waiting on not big bomb, the big announcement. We're still waiting on that in June to Nothing No Carnival. We don't know.
True.
Because if they say Nothing No Carnival gets to go, who going to sleep? I don't know.
We're not
You're going to be partying from the Thursday right up to the Tuesday.
It'll be legendary carnival, the most legendary ever.
It will, most definitely. And what is that going to be like for you if you were to get, if they were to give Nothing No Carnival the thumbs up? How would you be? How would you feel, and how would you prepare for that? What did you be most looking forward to?
With me, so I've done both spectrums of carnival. I've gone and been the sound system person on sound systems. I've DJ'd on sound systems, and I've also gone with a mass band. So I would probably, the mass band experience is better. So I would make sure I'm with a mass band every day. I might go to a sound system because sometimes I get bookings for those. So I might go to one or two, but prepare, I'll be on a mass band, and I'll make sure I'm not doing anything else. Because like I said, the last carnival I experienced, 2019, I missed Sunday because I had festival bookings. So this time no bookings. I'm there, as you said, every day.
No, but what if it's a big bag booking? Like, you know, if it's a thing where it's like, yo, we need you, you know, because it's a big bag. I don't know what number, whatever number is a big bag to you.
Yeah.
Add that. So, if they said, yo, we got that for you, plus whatever rider you want.
I have to be able to make carnival as well. We've missed out too much.
Boy, I hear you. I hear you. I feel the same. I feel the same. Me personally, I've only missed Nottingham Carnival once.
See.
And that was because my family deliberately did that. They said, yeah, too much madness are going on in the area.
Yeah.
And you're young. You're going on holiday. You're going for the longest holiday ever. They sent me to family back home, or I think it was America, for the longest time. I come back, and I couldn't even go to Carnival. I missed Carnival by like a day or two. Vex. I had to firm it. And everybody's talking. Everyone's talking about it for the whole month. Nice vibes. But yeah. But I feel like I'm looking forward to that as well, because there's going to be a sense of appreciation as well, because we haven't had this.
Yeah, everything's going to be everything. I feel like clubbing wasn't appreciated before this, and everybody's going to appreciate that even more. Just little socializing with people, you overlooked it before. Everybody's going to appreciate that. And I feel like that's going to be a big change. It'll make everything more enjoyable.
100%. And I feel like as well, people's lackadaisical approach to like, oh yeah, I'll get tickets another time, or I'll get tickets next year. They're not going to sell out. Nah. You see that lineup that DJ Date just announced for Caribbean Rocks Festival, and you're waiting? You don't really want to go. You don't really.
Yeah.
If you really wanted to go, you'd have bought your tickets already. As a matter of fact, you'd have bought your tickets now. The ticket link is in the bio now. You got your tickets yet. You ain't streamed Love Dreams yet. Plus, got your ticket. Suppose the draw is there, and you got your ticket.
And that's what I say. That's what I say, because I've done some club events and I've had abuse in my DMs because they've sold out within an hour, 2 hours. That's what's actually going to happen. The good events are going to sell out very fast.
Listen. So my advice to you watching this right now, you have a few things to do. One, share this video with somebody else that loves Caribbean music. Two, click the notification bell so you don't miss out on any more episodes of Doing It 365 Pod. Make sure you stream it, because it's important. Make sure to stream the music. So I'm Afro reminding again. Stream Love Dreams Rhythm. Make sure you're following me on all the socials, because you don't want to miss out. I don't want to see nobody messaging me, oh, have you got clicks to Caribbean? No, don't think because I know Nate, I can't help you. Because you had months, weeks, no, you still have a whole 2 months to get tickets. And make sure you hit the notification bell, and make sure you subscribe, because it's so much more guests to come as well. Nate, what's the next project coming out right now? Because I know you have more works in the pipeline right there. So let the people know before we wrap up, what else can we expect from DJ Nate for 2021?
I'll try to think. So we've got the Caribbean Rocks Festival. We've got a club tour coming up. Birmingham, Manchester, Leeds, London, a few more cities. We've also got more music releases coming. So look out for the videos for the Love Dreams Rhythm as well. Those will be coming out soon. That will be what you're going to see next. And then maybe another rhythm after that, like during the summertime.
See, they know. So people, you've heard it here first. Caribbean Rocks Festival is the place to be. July the 24th. Make sure you get tickets now. The link is in the description box below. Make sure you're following it. Of course, make sure you're following Surfluential. Make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, share this video with another Caribbean music lover, and we will see you on the next episode. We'll see you at Caribbean Rocks Festival. It's going to be crazy. Peace and love. We out.
Big up.